be profitable. We want women to be working at capacity. I would love to be able to take on some new groups that are doing other things other than textiles and beaded work. You know, maybe groups that work with leather and you know, work with other materials in Guatemala. That would be wonderful. But for us right now, the biggest goal is to be profitable, or to at least break even. Breaking even would be, you know, would be good too. And mostly, you know, our strategy right now is concentrating on the retail business, concentrating on bringing in those retail customers. The first thing I would say is have a business plan. Make sure your business plan is solid and work that business plan. Work that business plan every single day. And I think baby steps, you know, start small. Start small and have, you know, your benchmarks about where you want to be, when you want to be there. But I think the best thing that you can do is have a really working business plan that you're looking at every day and you're benchmarking against and saying, okay, am I here? Is this where I want to be? And if not, why not, and tweak it. I think that that's probably one of the big problems with Mayaworks, is that there was no really business plan, and we were kind of, you know, flying by the seat of our pants kind of thing, and taking opportunities that come to us. Well, I think that, you know, we saw the ramifications of that, and we were doing okay that way, you know, without a business plan. We were doing okay until 2008 hit, and then, you know, without a business plan, forget it. There's Vicenta in Chetonosh. She's a beautiful woman, the most sparkly, beautiful eyes you ever want to see. And one time her husband came up to me, we were there visiting with a tour group, and her husband came up to me and he's like, you know, Vicenta doesn't ask me anymore if we can have tour groups over. And, you know, I was not about to interject anything, I was just there to listen. And he said, but that's okay, she's, you know, I'm really proud of her, and I'm really proud of the work that she is doing, and it's a great pleasure to bring people to our home. You know, before Mayaworks, Vicenta probably had to ask her husband for everything. But that home is Vicenta's too now, at least. You know, now at least her husband sees that, is that they are a partner. And it's just, she can make decisions just as much as he can make decisions in the home. So perhaps that is not, you know, this, you know, nobody's built a mansion. None of our artisans have built mansions. And, you know, they put a lot of additions onto their homes, but nobody's building a mansion, and that's not the kind of lifestyle. You know, Guatemalans don't aspire to, you know, the American dream of owning a beautiful home. That's not their thing. But they're able to be decision makers in their home. They're able to send their children to school. They're able to take their children to the doctor when they're ill. And they talk about having now more protein at every meal. You know, before it was a lot of just tortillas and chiles with limon, but now they're eating, you know, more meat at meals. And these are, while we would think that these aren't earth-shattering, these are great things in Guatemala. And the artisans are very, very pleased by that. We work primarily with indigenous people of the Cachiquel and Sutuil groups. Cachiquel they're the second largest indigenous group in Guatemala, and they live in the Central Highlands. And the Sutuils live around Lake Atitlan, and although their group is very, very small, in fact the Sutuil language is actually dying. But they are very, very traditional. They adhere to their customs. They wear incredible dress every day, which is called traje, and it consists of a woven shirt and a woven skirt fastened by a woven belt. I mean, this is very much a part of their culture. And every single one of the women that we work with still maintains her culture and still maintains her original dress. It's very much a culture that's family-centered and community-centered. They still maintain their languages. As I mentioned, most of the women's primary language is their indigenous language, and Spanish is their second language. And it's very much a rural, agricultural-based tradition. for Mayaworks and just getting to know our artists and partners has been an incredible experience. It's been an incredibly humbling experience. And when I think one thing that I've learned about this is that, in poverty, people can really be happy. And there's a lot of love in poverty. And seeing the women be so happy, in spite of sometimes what I think are, devastating circumstances such as, losing a child at birth, or having a child be born and very, very ill, or, these things that to me would be the most devastating things, women and families still are still able to go on and still live very, very full lives. So they've taught me so much about what are the really important things. And the really important things is how we treat each other on a daily basis. How that we show love for our family members and just respect and giving to our communities. And those are the important things. And it's not about, being like an ambitious American woman that I am. It's not about, advancing my career, and it's not about making sure that my kids get into the best colleges, et cetera, et cetera. Those aren't the really important things. It's more about, how we treat each other on a daily basis. And I think that's the thing the number one takeaway that I've learned from working with the women.